"You're bleeding," Cal said. "No," I croaked, staring at the wreckage behind him. "I'm broken. We weren't supposed to be there. We were never supposed to fall in love, and he was never supposed to leave me choking on dust while he pulled her limp body from the wreckage. But fate, like Texas highways, has a cruel way of twisting what's straight. The heat was merciless that day, borderline unbearable. I remember the smell of motor oil, the way the wind carried sand like tiny knives, and the way Cal gripped the steering wheel as if it were the only thing tethering him to sanity. I was his secret, his shame, his Omega lover hidden in a trailer 2 counties away from the ranch his daddy left him. His brother, Nolan, knew. Of course, he did. Betas see things the rest of the world ignores. Quiet, patient, observant. We were running, Cal and I, running from the choices he wouldn't make, from a wedding he didn't want, and from the eyes of a town that never forgave boys like me for being born soft-spoken and sweet-boned. We were headed toward El Paso, supposed to disappear across the border and start new. He told me he'd marry me in Mexico. He told me he'd burn the past if it meant building something real. But she came with us. Her name was Emily. Blonde. Kind. The kind of girl you're supposed to marry. His fiancée. "She doesn't know," Cal said. "She just wants to come to her aunt's in Juarez." Couldn't say no. "We'll drop her off. Then it's just us." And I was stupid enough to believe him. The crash happened so fast I couldn't even scream. The semi skidded into our lane, and Cal yanked the wheel. The world flipped. Metal screeched. My body slammed into the dash. Then the roof. Then nothing. When I came to, I saw Cal. Blood dripping down his cheek, but alive. He saw me too, our eyes locked, and for a second, I felt safe. Then she whimpered, and everything shifted. He ran past me, stepped over the broken glass and groaning metal. To her. I watched him unbuckle her seatbelt, pull her limp body into his arms, stroke her hair, whisper her name, and I realized something deep and vile and cruel. Love doesn't always win. Sometimes, love doesn't even look back. Nolan found me 2 days later in a hospital near Laredo. I was dosed on painkillers and grief. "They brought her in first," he said. "Cal stayed with her." Of course he did. "And now?" I asked. Nolan sat on the edge of the bed, his gaze unreadable. "Now she's recovering." And he's confused. I wanted to scream. Instead, I nodded. "I'll take you back to the city," Nolan offered. "You don't owe them anything." But I did. I owed myself the truth. Weeks passed. My body healed, but my heart stayed shattered. I moved in with Nolan. Temporarily, I said. He never asked for more, never pressed for answers. We were opposites. He was stable where Cal was fire. He made dinner. He remembered birthdays. He didn't make promises he couldn't keep. And maybe that's why I began to fall for him. Not the way I fell for Cal headfirst, wild, stupid. This was quieter, sadder, more real. He kissed me for the first time under the porch light one cold night, hands gentle on my waist, his breath smelling of cinnamon tea. "You don't have to love me," he whispered. "I don't think I can," I said honestly. He nodded. "I'll wait anyway." Then Cal showed up. At my doorstep, dirt still under his nails. Eyes wild. The same eyes that once told me forever. "She's gone," he said. "Emily? She left. Said I was chasing ghosts." I folded my arms. "Were you?" He didn't answer. Instead, he reached for me, and I flinched. "I came back for you," he said. "Too late," I replied. He stared past Mainto the house, where Nolan's shadow moved in the hallway. "So it's true," he whispered. "You and him." "I don't owe you the truth," I said. "But yeah, he picked me up when you left me in the dirt." Cal's voice cracked. "You know I had to save her." "No," I said sharply. "You chose to, and maybe that's fine. But don't rewrite it." He knelt before me then. "I still love you." And for the first time, I realized I no longer believed that was enough. Nolan and I didn't rush. Some nights I still cried over Cal. Some nights Nolan would just hold me, saying nothing. But slowly, Love became something else safer, truer, something that stayed after the fire died down. I once asked Nolan why he stayed. He shrugged. Months later, I stood on the edge of a new life. A small cafe in Santa Fe with a rainbow flag in the window and my name on the lease. Nolan stood beside me, hand in mine. We weren't perfect, but we were honest. And when I kissed him in front of everyone on opening day, I finally understood what real love looked like. Not the kind that burns, the kind that remains. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.